Live from Pohang, South Korea. You are watching Razor Sign Live. Alright, today I want to talk about UFC 194, Chris Weidman versus Luke Rockhold. Now, I have been talking a lot about Conor McGregor and Jose Aldo. I've made multiple videos about that. But today I want to talk about the co-main event, Luke Rockhold fighting Chris Weidman. Now, the breakdown on that is that Chris Weidman has some of the best double legs I've ever seen. Awesome. Hits you right up against the cage, takes you down, ground and pounds you. Has been working on his jiu-jitsu. It's improving day by day by day. His striking is good. It's solid. He's well-rounded. His wrestling is one of the best in UFC. And wrestling wins championships. Just like defense in football wins championships, wrestling wins championships. You know, it's that hard grind when you're able to push your opponent to that different level than they're used to before. So this will be a 5-round war. Thing is, Luke Rockhold's striking is phenomenal. It's good, man. It is amazing. I mean, I haven't seen striking like that in a while. Crisp, he's knocking out people. He's killing everyone. And you know what? His ground game is sick. He has great jiu-jitsu on the ground. And he's big. He's a big middleweight. Chris Weidman is little right now. I mean, he's going to lose about 8 pounds to get down to middleweight. He could get down to welterweight. I mean, you want to be, perfect, right at your perfect weight. It's hard to do. It's really hard to do. A lot of people screw it up, and it's really easy to make a mistake, to go down too far, and then you're exhausted. People are like, oh, why don't you fight your natural weight? Then you got people who are bigger than you coming down, and they hit that perfect zone, and that's where you want to be. You want to be in that perfect zone. And I think Luke Rockhold is in that perfect zone. Whereas Chris Weidman isn't in that perfect zone. He might be better off as a welterweight. So the champ might be better off as a welterweight. It's kind of dangerous to think about that in that terms. And his striking isn't as good as Luke's. Luke Rockhold's striking is amazing. It's awesome. I mean, he's just killing people. I haven't seen someone destroy people like Lyoto Machida like he did. I mean, who destroys Lyoto Machida like that? Chris Weidman had a war with him. Now, I'm not saying that it's 100% that was the best Lyoto we ever seen versus Luke Rockhold's Lyoto Machida, because Chris Weidman fought Lyoto Machida and had a war with him, and that was when Lyoto was like on the incline, knocking people out, fierce. And then Luke had a fight with him, destroyed him. But that's not exactly the same, because it's not the same kind of mentality and mindset and everything. When you're on that rise, you're going to do better. You're going to perform better. You're going to think better. You're going to be better between rounds. You're going to be more motivated to fight. Whereas you start losing, it's hard. It's hard to come back and be like, okay, I'm gonna get my belt back. I just lost that fight, but I'm going to get my belt back. It's hard. It's a lot harder mentally. So it wasn't the same exact Lyoto Machida that Chris Weidman fought. I think Chris Weidman fought a better Lyoto Machida. So if you want to compare the two, I mean, I've had this conversation with a lot of people that I know. So you want to compare it, the best Lyoto versus, an okay Lyoto. Nonetheless, Luke Rockhold destroyed a Lyoto Machida. I mean, nobody's ever really destroyed Lyoto Machida before that. So, think about this. What's going to happen if Chris Weidman goes and takes down Luke Rockhold? I mean, Luke's great on the ground. He's great. He's phenomenal. I mean, he's going to have to play jiu-jitsu with him. Does he really want to play jiu-jitsu with Luke Rockhold? I don't know. That's kind of dangerous to play jiu-jitsu with Luke Rockhold. You might lose that one. Or about the standing striking position. You really want to play standing striking with Luke Rockhold? You want to play, that distance where he can pick you apart with those kicks? I don't know about that. I think Weidman's best plan is to grind him up against the cage and wear him down. Wrestlers have great cardio, and I think that if he can make this an absolute war, Luke's tough. Luke's tough. I'm not saying that Luke's not tough, but I think, no. When I put my money on people, I put my money on wrestlers. If they make it into a grind, it's going to be, the wrestler usually comes out on top. Problem is, I think Luke's striking is just phenomenal. I'm going to have to say Luke Rockhold on this one. I have some fans saying, no way, that's crazy. Luke Rockhold is not going to win. C. Rich in Detroit. This guy named C. Rich in Detroit. He's predicting that Chris Weidman will win. So, if you want to, check out his videos. You know what I mean? Compare and contrast. See who has the right, video for this fight. All right. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.